Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's not a station. Evidently the world wants me and needs me. I've got like, I don't know, 14 likes and a handful of subscribers. Today, I'm going to show you how to check the levels on your propane tanks. Getting cold, we're going to need our furnace, we're going to need our hot water. So what we'll do first, we'll come in here, we're going to open this latch. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you're in the off position, which is going to be a clockwise. Once that's done, we'll remove this plastic cover and we'll go from there. Okay, so my particular cover has a bungee to hold it together, so I just remove that there. We'll come up top here now and just simply lift cover. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to check to see how much propane is in these tanks. Now, this doesn't have a gauge per se. It's got this guy right here, which I'm not real sure about this, but it's got something to do with the go and the stop, the green and the purple. But the way we're going to check the levels is we're going to run hot water down the side of this tank, and what that's going to do is where it stops feeling warm and starts feeling cool, that's where your level is. Okay, so I have brought a little bit of water to a boil, and I'll use that to check the levels on the tank. Okay, so I've got a quart of what was boiling water. I'm gonna pour half of it down to the first tank and simply fill where it's warm, and it starts getting cold right in this area. Double check that. So it looks like we got about a third fill on that tank. We'll go over here to tank number 2. Pour that down the side. Warm. That one's awfully low. I don't feel comfortable with that. So what we're going to do now is remove these tanks and go to the hardware store and get them filled. Okay, next we're going to take the propane tanks off, take them to the hardware store, get them filled back up with propane. What we'll do is we'll release these connections. Both the connections, and then we got the pin. It's basically a threaded rod that runs all the way down into the base there. Take this guy off, which actually holds the regulator in place. Pull all that off. Sometimes you got to wrestle. Get these removed. Although we do want them secure. And yes, they are empty. They are light. There's one. That one's got more in it, but we're going to go ahead and top them both off. And we're off to the hardware store. We're going to get our propane tanks filled up for the winter so we can run our furnace and our hot water heater. Turns out, and check this before you fill your tanks up, our local hardware store, no matter how many pounds you have existing in your tanks, they charge you for a full 30 pound. So I just got charged for 60 pounds of propane when we realistically probably got about 30 pounds. Now, I did question the manager. They credited me back for one tank, so I basically paid for 30 pounds, which is probably about right. But they told me store policy is that when you bring in 2 partial tanks or 1 partial tank or 8, they're going to charge you for the full tank no matter how much is in there, how much is existing. So ask that question before you tell them to fill. Okay, we're back from the lovely adventure it was at the hardware store getting the propane tanks filled. I'm going to unstrap these guys and go ahead and get them hooked back up to the camper. And we're going to double check the levels just to verify that we do have indeed 2 full tanks. Okay, now we're going to hook these back up make sure we got a good seal. Last thing you want is leaking propane. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and now notice this regulator. That's telling you that you've got gas. This green means you've got gas going into the system, which is going into your camper, your RV. We'll pull that back off, and that just means that you've got pressure in the lines. When it's purple, you have no pressure. Okay, we're going to repeat the tank check and see if we got anywhere near full tanks. Okay, we are to about that level. They say that you fill a propane canister to about 80%. That's good. I'm gonna be happy with that. Same with this guy. We're right here. That's good. Okay, again, when you're not using propane, make sure you're off. You should never leave your tanks on unless you're using them. It's just a danger. Okay, we're full of propane for the winter time. Probably shouldn't have to get anything, have to top it back off until this time next year. Like, comment, and subscribe. I think you click down there somewhere. If you have anything that you're interested in seeing done, comment, and I'll try to give it a go. Thanks for watching.